क्या आप इंटरव्यू की तैयारी कर रहे हैं या फिर आप जावा सीखना चाह रहे हैं? एंड इफ़ you are trying to learn Java or going to give interview, then serialization and deserialization is one of the important topics that you need to cover. So आज हम लोग serialization और deserialization के बारे में सीखेंगे. इस सेशन के अंतिम अंत होने तक आपको ये समझ में आ जाएगा कि इंटरव्यू में क्या क्या पूछे जाते हैं. जैसे मैं आप एक छोटा सा अगर ओवरव्यू आपको दे दूं, जैसे पूछा जाता है कि व्हाट इज सीरियलाइजेशन, हाउ टू अचीव सीरियलाइजेशन, हाउ यू कैन कस्टमाइज सीरियलाइजेशन, इफ पेरेंट क्लास इज सीरियलाइज्ड and then child class should be serialized or not, how you can restrict one property to be serialized, static field is serialized or not, final variable is serialized or not. So there are so many questions that is asked from the serialization and the deserialization. So अगर आप इस वीडियो के अंत तक बने रहेंगे then your concept will be clear over the serialization and deserialization, and along with that you will be able to answer all the possible questions of the serialization and deserialization. So hello friends, welcome to my new learning video. Today we are going to learn serialization and deserialization. Serialization is a process of converting an object to byte stream. ठीक है, जैसे क्या होता है कि जब भी अगर आपको एक बोला जाए कि आपको एक क्लास को सीरियलाइज करना है और एक या डिसरियलाइज करना है, ठीक है, तो जैसे लेट्स से आई एम टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ द क्लास एम्प्लॉय. मैं एम्प्लॉय क्लास को सीरियलाइज करना चाहता हूँ. दैट मीन्स व्हाट, कि जो एम्प्लॉय क्लास जो उसका मैंने जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया है दैट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू द बाइट स्ट्रीम. जिनको java.io कंसेप्ट क्लियर है, जो इनपुट java.io पैकेज के बारे में पता है कि क्या होता है, तो उनको तो समझ में आ रहा हो कि बाइट स्ट्रीम क्या है. बट दोज हु आर न्यू टू java.io पैकेज ऑल्सो, आई विल एक्सप्लेन दैट हाउ यू कैन क्रिएट अ बाइट स्ट्रीम फ्रॉम योर ऑब्जेक्ट and how you can deserialize that. Okay, so don't worry for that, we'll cover in in detail that how you can create, how you can serialize and how you can convert into the byte stream. Okay, so just for now you just remember and understand, like, serialization is a process of converting an object to byte stream. ठीक है, and deserialization is just a reverse process. ठीक है, deserialization मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो भी आपका serialized डेटा है, जो भी आपका byte stream है, दैट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू रियल ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, सो आपको आपके लिए मैंने कि यहाँ पे डायग्राम बनाया हुआ है, आप देख सकते हो कि जैसे कि स्टार्टिंग में मैं लेट से आई एम कंसिडरिंग इट एज एन एम्प्लॉय ऑब्जेक्ट. सो ऑब्जेक्ट के जगह पे क्या हो गया कि एम्प्लॉय ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया. ठीक है, नाउ देयर इज एन सीरियलाइजर. सो सीरियलाइजर मीन्स हु विल बी सीरियलाइजिंग, सो विल एक्सप्लेन लेटर. ओके, तो जब आप सीरियलाइज करोगे, जब आप किसी एक ऑब्जेक्ट को सीरियलाइज करते हो, ठीक है, देन दैट कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू एनी फाइल. Means the serialized data can be stored in a file, can be stored in database, or can be stored in memory somewhere. Okay, so these are the possible three locations, because when you serialize any data or any object, then that will traverse across network. So obviously a file can traverse across network, or you can use the database in another network also, the same database, right? So first half is about the serialization. Okay, so once you have the data serialized, okay, then you can deserialize that. So deserialization is basically that the process of deserialization. Okay, so once you deserialize, that means you are trying to get the actual data that has been serialized, okay, into Java. So this is the complete process of serialization and deserialization. So for your understanding purpose, I have created this diagram and just remember this. ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो ना कि फर्स्ट हाफ में क्या होगा कि एक ऑब्जेक्ट को हम लोग सीरियलाइज करके क्या कर रहे हैं, कन्वर्टिंग इनटू द बाइट स्ट्रीम एंड स्टोरिंग इन द फाइल, डेटाबेस और मेमोरी एनीवेयर. ओके, जब आपका डेटा सीरियलाइज हो गया, तब उसके बाद आप यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हो, यू कैन डीसीरियलाइज दैट. ओके, आफ्टर डीसीरियलाइजिंग दैट विल बी अगेन कन्वर्टेड इनटू द ऑब्जेक्ट. दिस इज अ कंप्लीट अंडरस्टैंडिंग और कंप्लीट प्रोसेस. ओके, फॉर द सीरियलाइजेशन एंड द डीसीरियलाइजेशन. जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस डायग्राम, you will be able to understand or able to answer that what is serialization and what is deserialization. ठीक है, so now the question comes how to serialize. Okay, so we'll learn this one now. So see, what is serialization? Serialization is basically converting into the byte stream. Fine, now how you can do this? We can achieve the serialization using the serializable interface. ठीक है, सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस क्या होता है? सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस इज ए मार्कर इंटरफेस. ठीक है, serializable interface is a marker interface. Marker interface means there is no method declared in that interface. That interface is basically blank interface. Okay, So that is called marker interface, and that should be implemented by any class that has to be serialized. अगर आपका क्लास serializable इंटरफेस को इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करता है, then you will get not serialization support exception. I will show you by running the example that how you can implement the serializable interface, and if you are not doing so, then what will happen. So अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि जैसे मार्कर इंटरफेस में मैंने बोला कि कोई भी इंटरफेस, कोई भी मेथड डिक्लेयर्ड नहीं है, दैट इज अ ब्लैंक इंटरफेस, देन व्हाई serializable, why we are not using some any other interface, why marker interface, right? So basically the task of marker interface is just to identify that this class will be serialized, that will be marking. मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे सकता हूँ, जैसे कि जब अगर आपको रामायण के बारे में थोड़ी बहुत जानकारी होगी तो बलि और सुग्रीव में जब युद्ध हो रहा था और राम भगवान को जब बलि को मारना था तो कैसे उन्होंने मारा था। बलि और सुग्रीव में सुग्रीव को उन्होंने एक फूल का माला पहना दिया, राइट। फूल का माला इसलिए पहनाया क्योंकि बलि और सुग्रीव ट्विंस हैं, तो उनका चेहरा एक जैसा दिखता है। नाउ जब अगर चेहरा एक जैसा दिखता है, देन राम भगवान को कैसे पता चलेगा कि मुझे बलि को कैसे मारो और सुग्रीव को कैसे मारो, राइट। कोई आइडेंटिफिकेशन, एक यूनिक आइडेंटिफिकेशन होना चाहिए देखने में, राइट। तो उसके लिए उन्होंने सुग्रीव को एक फूल का माला उन्होंने पहना दिया था उसे कि हाँ तुम ये पहने रहना, देन मैं पीछे से अटैक करूंगा बलि के ऊपर में। तो दैट माला एक्ट एज ए मार्कर इंटरफेस, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द टास्क ऑफ मार्कर इंटरफेस ओनली, जस्ट टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट दिस इज क्लास दैट कैन बी सीरियलाइज्ड, ठीक है। So task of serialization is to serialize the data and means convert into the byte stream, and we can do this by implementing serializable interface which is marker interface. Okay. Serialization data और the byte stream जो भी हम लोग convert करते हैं that is platform independent. Why I am saying platform independent? जैसे क्या होता है कि अगर मान लीजिए कि मैंने एक डेटा कन्वर्ट किया एंड डेटा सीरियलाइज किया, that is now converted into the byte stream, means we are storing that data, that byte stream data into a file, ठीक है। So that file can be across can be traversed across network or can be used in any other network also, ठीक है, in another platform also. So means it's not like that कि अगर आप यहाँ पे मतलब अगर आप अपने मशीन में यहाँ पे कर रहे हो, अपने इस नेटवर्क में अगर डेटा सीरियलाइज कर रहे हो, you are storing that in a file, कि उस फाइल का यूज़ कहीं दूसरे जगह यूज़ नहीं हो सकता है। सो इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट, ठीक है। तो जो सीरियलाइज्ड और बाइट स्ट्रीम डेटा है दैट इज प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंट, ओके, दैट कैन बी यूज्ड अक्रॉस नेटवर्क, अक्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म, ठीक है। नाउ सीरियलाइजेशन इन जावा इज इम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय ऑब्जेक्ट आउटपुट स्ट्रीम। जैसे मैंने बोला कि देर आर, ओके मैं इसको इस तरीके से बोलता हूँ, देर आर 2 स्टेप टू इम्प्लीमेंट सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस, ठीक है। पहला स्टेप क्या है कि जिस क्लास को आपको सीरियलाइज करना है उसको आपको सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस से इंप्लीमेंट करना होगा, ठीक है। आपने कर दिया इंप्लीमेंट, आपने एक पोजो क्लास क्रिएट किया एंड यू आर नाउ इंप्लीमेंटिंग सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस। नाउ आफ्टर दैट व्हाट, वेन एवर you are going to serialize the data, at that time you have to use the object output stream class that is of the java.io package, ठीक है। आपको यूज करना होगा ऑब्जेक्ट आउटपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास, एंड फॉर दैट इनसाइड दैट क्लास देयर इज अ मेथड कॉल्ड राइट ऑब्जेक्ट। बाय यूजिंग दिस राइट ऑब्जेक्ट मेथड यू कैन सीरियलाइज द डेटा, ठीक है। इसको हम लोग एक एग्जांपल से समझेंगे कि हम लोग कैसे सीरियलाइज कर सकते हैं और कैसे डीसीरियलाइज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। सो बट फॉर सीरियलाइजेशन वी आर गोइंग टू यूज ऑब्जेक्ट आउटपुट स्ट्रीम, जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस वन, ऑब्जेक्ट आउटपुट स्ट्रीम, एंड देयर इज अ मेथड कॉल्ड राइट ऑब्जेक्ट। सो उसी का मैंने यहाँ पे डिक्लेरेशन दे दिया है कि कैसे करते हैं। दैट मेथड इज बेसिकली पब्लिक नेचर, फाइनल, वाइड, राइट ऑब्जेक्ट। सो दिस इज द राइट ऑब्जेक्ट मेथड। इनसाइड दिस वी पास द एम्प्लॉय ऑब्जेक्ट रेफरेंस, ओके। सो इफ वी डू पास दिस वन देन serialization can occur, serialization can happen, okay. Data will be converted into the byte stream, okay. So this is the complete definition, the complete concept about the serialization, how the serialization happens, okay. There are 2 steps. First you have to implement serializable, then in your class you have to use object output stream, you have to create object of object output stream, and you have to pass the file reference if you are storing into the file, and then you have to call the write object method. So this way we can achieve serialization. So what about the deserialization? Deserialization is a process of converting byte stream data into the actual Java object in memory, ठीक है। जो मतलब सीरियलाइज डेटा है, जो बाइट स्ट्रीम डेटा है, दैट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू ऑब्जेक्ट नाउ, ठीक है। सो डीसीरियलाइजेशन हम लोग कैसे अचीव करते हैं? तो हमारा क्लास तो ऑब्वियसली सीरियलाइज्ड है, दैट मीन्स दैट इज इंप्लीमेंटिंग सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस। नाउ आफ्टर दैट वी हैव ए क्लास ऑफ java.io पैकेज दैट इज ऑब्जेक्ट इनपुट स्ट्रीम, ठीक है। ऑब्जेक्ट इनपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास का रीड ऑब्जेक्ट मेथड है दैट इज यूज्ड टू डीसीरियलाइज। Once I do deserialize, then I will have the real object of the, you know, the object, the class that we have serialized, okay. So this is the declaration of that method: public final void read object, okay. You have to just call the read object method. You will have the data of the deserialized of the object, okay. So this is the complete process: serialization and the deserialization. For serializing any class, we have to implement serializable interface. This is also called default serialization, ठीक है, default serialization, okay. So अगर आपको सीरियलाइजेशन करना है तो आपको अपने क्लास में सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस को इम्प्लीमेंट करना होगा, एंड फॉर दैट एंड आफ्टर दैट यू हैव टू यूज ऑब्जेक्ट आउटपुट स्ट्रीम. Using the object output stream, you have to pass the file reference, and then you have to call write object method. And inside that write object method, you have to pass the employee of class reference that you have to serialize, okay. So using these two steps, we can serialize. Now once the data is serialized, then to deserialize, we have a class called object input stream. Using the object input stream, we can deserialize, and using the read object method, we can convert into the object, the real object, Java object in memory, okay. So just remember 2 points: object output stream and the object input stream class. The write object in the object output stream and the read object in the object input stream, okay. I will show you this in the example. So for that, I have created one example here. Here you can see that class employee implements serializable, ठीक है. So this here I have marked as a red color. So this is the interface that you have marker interface that you have to implement in your class. So here you can see that I have simply created one Pojo class. There are 3 fields: employee ID, name and the salary, and the constructor of these 3 fields, and the employee ID, employee salary. I forgot to add employee name, so employee name will be there also. So all the setter and getter of the employee ID and the employee name and the employee salary, okay, and implements serializable. So this is the main thing, okay. So now let's understand with the example that I have written in the Eclipse, and I will show you that how you can serialize and what are the possible questions that is asked up to this slide, that I have explained what is serialization, how you can achieve, and how you can restrict some field to be serialized. All the things that I will show you, I will give you a demo for that. So let's go to the Eclipse. So here you can see that I have created one class, okay, called the employee class, and I have implemented serializable interface. Serializable interface is of which package? java.io package, and there is serializable class, ठीक है. This is also you have to remember that serializable class of which package? That is of the java.io package, ठीक है. So here you can see that I have simply created the private fields, and then I have created called student okay, let me comment this one for now. Let me remove this final for now. Let's create simple Pojo class, okay. So these 3 fields, these private fields, then constructor, then setter and getter, okay. Let me uncomment this one. So this is the simple Pojo class. Now I have to serialize this class, okay. So first step is that I have to implement serializable. So I have done this, okay. If I will not do this, then what will happen? I will show you. But right now I have implemented serializable. Now I have to serialize this one. So for this, there is one example I have written, serializable example, okay. Inside this I have done nothing. I have simply created one object of the employee emp equal to new employee, okay. So this is the one object of the employee having the ID 10, ABCD and the salary, okay. Now I am going to store the serialized data in this file, in this location, okay. I will show you this file also when I will create this, okay. So this is the scr.txt, remember this file name, okay. So I have created one file object and then passed that file object in the object output stream. So I am using object output stream to serialize and calling the write object method and passing the emp data, emp object, right. So using this two line only I can serialize. Okay, and next I have written the flush just to dump the data into the file, and then I am closing the IO connection. Okay, and then I am writing printing simply serialization done. Okay, so there are just two important line here. You have to create object of object output stream and pass the and pass that employee object into the write object method. ठीक है, let's run this program. I will show you. So serialization done. ठीक है, let's see the serialized. This is a ser.txt file. Okay, let me open it into the notepad. So here you can see that ser.txt file has been created, and there is, you can see the field employee salary, employee name, employee ID, right? So all the fields is coming. Okay, that means I am not able to see the data here, but I will show you that if I will deserialize of this file, you know, serialized data, then how the object will be created. Okay, let's go to the again deserialization example. So here you can see that I have simply created one file object, the file that has been serialized. Okay, and then I am passing that into the object input stream and calling the read object method. Inside this read object method, I have to, means just call the read object method and cast it into the employee object. Okay, and getting the employee ID, name and the salary. Now let's run this program just to see that I am getting the data of the employee ID, name and the salary or not. Okay, employee ID 10, ABCD 50,000. So I am getting the data. So just, you know, understand one more time. I am changing the data from one ABCD to one ABC, and the, you know, salary will be 10,000. Okay, now I am serializing the data. Let's see the file. Asking me to reload, that means file has been changed. Okay, now let's run the deserialization example. 1 ABC and 10,000. So that means the data how I am serializing and the deserializing, now it is clear to you, right? If someone asks you, if in interview it is asked that write a program and you know, serialize the employee class, for example. Okay, so you have to create a class or Pojo class that have to be serialized. Okay, I have created employee class, implemented serializable interface, and in the serializable example I just created one file in any location and then called you know, passed that file into the object output stream and call the write object method of the object output stream class. And to deserialize, simply, you know, use that file object and then, you know, passing that into the object input stream and calling the read object method. This is a simple process to serialize and the deserialize. So this is the default serialization. Okay, when I am calling the write object and calling the read object, I don't have any, you know, access to control the serialization. That's why I am calling it as default serialization. Okay, so how you can customize that we'll learn later, but for now you understand it that it is a default serialization. You are going to just implement serializable interface, and then after that you are going to call object output stream and the object input stream for serialization and the deserialization. Okay, so now there are many if and else, if and but questions. Okay, in the serialization, deserialization. First, let me remove this serializable interface. If I do not implement serializable interface, then what will happen? Will I be able to serialize? No. You will be getting some exception that will be called the no class, you know, not serializable exception. Not serializable exception will come if you will not serialize your employee class, the class that you are going to be serialized. So serializable interface must need to be implemented. Okay, so without this, serialization is not possible. Now if I want to restrict, like if I'm saying that employee salary should not be serialized. Okay, so for this what I have to do, I will have to add the transient keyword. So using this transient keyword, you can restrict the serialization of a particular field. So let's say if there are 10 properties in your employee class, and out of that 10 you want to restrict the 5 field and only 5 fields should be serialized, then all the 5 fields should be, you know, annotated with or decorated with transient keyword. ठीक है, इन इंटरव्यू में पूछा जाता है कि ट्रांजिएंट कीवर्ड का यूज क्या है, या फिर आप किसी फील्ड को सीरियलाइज होने से कैसे रोक सकते हो. सो आंसर इज यूजिंग द ट्रांजिएंट कीवर्ड. ठीक है, so by using this you can restrict the field. Now let's see the is it working or not. Okay, so I saved this program. Now let me run the serialization. So there is no problem in serialization is done. If I see the file, here you can see that employee ID is showing, employee name is showing, but the employee salary is not showing. Okay, that means that is not serialized. Now not serialized means what value will come if I deserialize. Okay, so the default value of that field will come. Okay, see 1 ABC and 0.0, so that is the default value is coming. Okay, so if I have to restrict any field in the serialization, then I can add that transient. Okay, let's add this in the private employee ID and removing from the employee salary. Okay, now what will happen? Let me serialize again. Serialization done. Let me deserialize. 0. That is the default value is coming. Now it is not serialized. Okay, the data has not been set. Okay, in the serialized form. Okay, the default value is coming. ABC 10,000. Okay, so the default value will come if you are going to use the transient keyword, and that field will not be serialized. That is one point. Okay. And the second point is that if there is any static field, then what will happen? So if there is a static field, that means class level. Okay, so that field will also not be serialized. So just remember 2 points. Okay, if you have to restrict any non-static field, then you can use the transient. If there is any static field, then also that will not be serialized. Okay, so if not serialized, then what will happen? Again the default value. Okay, let me run the serialization. Serialization done. I am now going to run the deserialization. See, null. That means a static value is not serialized. Okay, the default value is coming. अगर आपको प्रोग्रामिंग अपने लोकल मशीन पे रन करके देखना है, then you can pause the video and you can you can see the program and can write in your machine and you can run. Okay, just for saving the time, I have already written the program and by just running the program. I have not done nothing extra, simply created one Pojo class, one serializable example, and inside that I am storing into a file and using the object output stream and passing that file in the object output stream and calling the right object. And for the deserialization, doing the reverse process, using the object input stream, calling the read object method, and just getting the get employee ID, name and the salary. Okay, so this is the process of serialization, the deserialization. So we learned that using the transient keyword we can restrict any field to be serialized. If there is any static field, then also that will not be serialized. But what about the final? If there is any final field, then what will happen? So one error is coming because if I am making any field final, that means that field cannot be modified again. Once the value is set in the final field, you cannot modify the value because that will become a constant, and in Java it restricts you to change the value of constant. Okay, so if any field is final, then just only one way to you can set the value, initialize the value. So now here it will happen using the constructor. Okay, now when since I have make this field final, then what will happen? See, if there is any field final, then it will not be serialized, but the value whatever is set in the employee name will be passed for the deserialization also. That means whenever you will deserialize, you will get the value that has been set initially. Okay, that means जैसे अगर मैं जब एक ऑब्जेक्ट बनाऊंगा इन द सीरियलाइजेबल एग्जांपल, हियर आई हैव क्रिएटेड वन ऑब्जेक्ट, ठीक है, और इसमें मैंने नेम क्या पास किया, एबीसी, एंड एबीसी क्या है, फाइनल. दैट मीन्स फाइनल ऑब्जेक्ट अब इस फील्ड की वैल्यू दोबारा मैं चेंज नहीं कर सकता, राइट, नहीं चेंज कर सकता. दैट मीन्स व्हाट, सीरियलाइजेशन के समय जो वैल्यू है डीसीरियलाइजेशन के समय भी वही रहेगा. आइडियली दिस शुड हैपन, राइट. तो लेट्स सी दिस इफ इट डजंट, इफ इट वर्क्स और नॉट. ठीक है, सो लेट्स रन दिस प्रोग्राम. I am serializing, so serialization is done. ठीक है, if you see the here that salary is coming, id is coming, name is also coming. ठीक है, the data that has been initialized that should come only abc. Okay, now let me run this program of the deserialization. One abc 10,000. Okay, so there are 3 points you should have understanding now. What is the transient keyword, what is the use of transient keyword, what if any field is static then what will happen, if there is final then what will happen. So using transient you can stop the serialization of that particular property or field. Using the static, if there is any static variable then also that will not be serialized. If there is final, then the value that is been set will be you will get at the time of deserialization also. So this is the 3 cases. Okay, there are many other cases also, like if the employee class is child class or the parent class. ठीक है, जैसे क्या होता है कि अगर parent child, अगर inheritance comes in the picture, so let's say if parent class is serialized, ठीक है, और child class is not serialized, then what will happen? Will there be any problem in the means no serialization support exception, some kind of that it will come or not? No. See, if parent class is serialized, then no need to implement the serializable interface for the child class. ठीक है, because whatever the parents have, child will be obviously inherit that property, right? All the features will be inherited by the child class, so serialization property is also inherited. ठीक है, so there doesn't required. But vice versa is not true. If child class is in implementing serializable interface, then parent class must need to implement the serializable interface. ठीक है, so these are the questions that has been asked in every interview if they are touching the serialization topic. ठीक है, now what is the advantage of the serialization? Serialization advantage is that you can save or persist the state of an object into any file, right? Or you can travel that an object to across network. ठीक है, or if you want to send the data one platform to other platform, one network to other network, then that you can do using the serialization. ठीक है, now externalizable. Since till now we were learning about the default serialization, means we have to implement serializable interface. But what is externalizable? Externalizable is also an interface, okay, that is used for customizing the serialization. That means if a class is implementing externalizable interface, that means now you want to customize the serialization process. Okay, that means जैसे क्या होता है कि जब भी अगर आप एक्सटर्नलाइजेबल इंटरफेस को इंप्लीमेंट करते हो, देन देयर आर 2 मेथड्स, रीड एक्सटर्नल एंड द राइट एक्सटर्नल, दैट यू नीड टू डिफाइन. Due to space I have not written over here, but in the example in the Eclipse I will show you that how that works. Okay, so if you have to customize the serialization, then you can use the externalizable interface. So for that I have taken the example of a student class and implementing externalizable, and in this read external and the write external method is that you have to implement. Okay, and inside this you can manually handle that which field should be serialized and which field should be deserialized. Okay, if you are not serializing the student name and you are then you cannot if you don't want to get in the deserialization, then you can comment this one, it will work. Okay, the customization is possible. Customization is possible for the serialization and the deserialization by implementing the write external for serialization, by implementing read external for the deserialization, by implementing externalizable interface. So externalizable interface is not a marker interface. ठीक है, means there are 2 methods in the read external and the write external inside this externalizable interface. Okay, and apart from this there are simple POSO class properties, setter and getter. That's it. Okay, so in the deserializable example I will show you that how it is working. So if I am serializing, then the field that I have serialized, what field I have to serialize and what field I have to deserialize, that I can handle in this read external method. So for now I am commenting the both name. Okay, So here I am getting exception in the deserialization. It is coming because I have serialized one field and I am not getting that one. Okay, I am not accessing this one. Then this is creating a problem. Okay, so let me uncomment this one. So now this is done. Okay, so let's say if I have to, you don't have to serialize a name. Now what will happen? So this is coming null. So I can handle that which fields can be serialized or cannot be serialized. Okay, using this method. Here you do not have to use the transient and all other things. Okay, to restrict, you can directly comment means you can add the you can simply serialize that you have to serialize. Okay, means because if I am serializing the student name I am not getting, that doesn't mean also. Okay, so what is the difference between serializable and the externalizable interface? Serializable interface is basically a marker interface, and externalizable interface contains basically read external and the write external method. Okay, that is used for the customization. Serialization is a default serialization, while externalization is a custom serialization process. Okay, because here I cannot handle the customization. No access for controlling serialization but have full control of externalizable. Okay, यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि serialization के लिए कोई आपका कंट्रोल नहीं, you are just simply calling write object method and that the field that you have given that will be serialized, but in externalizable you can control that one. ठीक है, this is basic difference between the serializable and the externalizable interface. Now this is the key points. From these key points slides, many interview questions asked. Like this already I told you that a parent class is serialized and means implementing serializable interface. Then child class should not, means there is no need to implement serializable interface by the child class. Okay, but vice versa is not true. If child class is implementing serializable interface, then parent class must be implementing that serializable interface. Okay. Only non-static data is saved, because if you are making any field static, then the data will not be serialized. Okay, static and the transient, if you are making any field transient, then that also will not be serialized. Okay, so whenever you are deserializing, at that time constructor is also not called, because at the time of deserialization, what is the misconception? Deserialization means what? You are going to get an object of your employee class. That means constructor is getting called, right? That you are thinking? No. See what is happening, you are going to get an object, that is fine, but it will not call constructor, because the task of constructor is to initialize the object, and that here no need of the initialization using the constructor, because the data is already available, right, in the serialized form, right? So there is no need of the constructor there. The constructor task is not to create the object, just to initialize. Whenever I am calling the new keyword, and then at that time using the constructor to serialize to initialize the data. And if there is any object referenced, okay, let me show you example over here. Like here you can see that I have commented this one. So if I am using this student class also in my employee class, then student class must also be serialized, means must be implementing serializable interface, otherwise it will throw error. Okay, so this is required. Now serial version UID. What is serial version UID? देखिए क्या होता है, सीरियल जब भी अगर आप एक किसी क्लास को सीरियलाइज कर रहे हो, देन दैट द सीरियलाइज डेटा कैन बी यूज्ड इन अनदर प्लेटफॉर्म आल्सो इन ओके, दैट कैन ट्रेवर्स अक्रॉस नेटवर्क, राइट? सो दैट व्हाट हैपेंस, जब आप डीसीरियलाइज करने जा रहे हो, दैट टाइम उसमें वेरीफाई होगा कि जो आपने डेटा सीरियलाइज किया, दैट द एक्चुअल क्लास मीन्स द सीरियलाइज ऑब्जेक्ट हैव लोडेड क्लास फॉर दैट ऑब्जेक्ट विच आर कंपेटिबल और नॉट. ठीक है, सो जो आप क्लास को सीरियलाइज किया, आर यू गोइंग टू डीसीरियलाइज द सेम? ठीक है, so that is identified by the serial version UID. So basically serial version UID is a number or a verifier that is used at the time of the deserialization, that verifies that the serialized object have loaded class for that object which are compatible with respect to serialization or not. Okay, if receiver will get different serial version UID, then invalid class exception will come. ठीक है, और अगर आप serial version UID define नहीं करते हो like this, means this is the concept, this is the way that you can declare the serial version UID in your program, in your class that has to be serialized. if you are not doing this, then JVM will put a default serial version UID number, okay, and using that deserialization will happen. So that doesn't mean that if you are not doing this, then it will not work. It will work, but there will be default, okay. But ideally you should give always, ठीक है. And the serial var is a tool which is used to get serial version UID number for Java class, ठीक है. Using this tool you can get the number of the serial version UID, okay. So this is all about the serialization and the deserialization. Just always keep in mind that what is serialization means converting the Java object into the byte stream, and the deserialization is just reverse process, converting the byte stream into the real Java object in memory, ठीक है. So this is the serialization and the deserialization, okay. These are the questions that has been asked, whenever interviewer is touching the topic of the serialization and deserialization. These are the questions they ask basically. What is serialization and deserialization? How you can achieve deserialization? How you can customize the serialization? What is the difference between custom and the default serialization? What is the transient keyword? How it is useful? What is the serial version UID? And the tricky question that I explained over here, like the parent-child concept, okay, the non-static, static, transient constructor is called or not. Associated object must be implementing serializable interface, okay. So these are the questions that has been asked. If I hope I have explained that you can easily understand. And if you have any doubt, because this is a very important topic, okay, in the interview also and for your learning purpose also. So if you have any doubt over the serialization and the deserialization, then please comment in comment box. I will try to answer your question. Thank you.